chase your passion and your dreams, because even if you don't make it, at least you're having fun and doing something you love. Alright guys, let's get this show on the road. We're headed to Houston, and I think those that have been following along know where this is headed. Alright, so I don't know how many people know this, but I am actually neighbors with one of the greatest motorsport innovating compounds in the world, and that is Hennessey Performance. As you can see, we have some Hennessey Broncos, also some Raptors. I know they have a dark horse in there, which I would love to take a look at, but maybe one day we can take a tour of this compound. So if anyone from Hennessey would love to give me a tour, yeah, let me know. And we got our boy Roy back on the channel, man. What's going on, brother? How you been?
My little man been good. Been busy with work and taking care of business as usual.
As usual. I actually brought you something that I want you to check out. Can you take a gander at what this possibly may be?
Being in the world of aviation, it looks like something to do with camera mounting.
Yes sir, this is actually a 360 mount by Ghost Mount, aluminum alloy construction with the carbon fiber invisible stick.
I like carbon fiber. If any of you guys know from my last video, the Raptor is full of interior carbon fiber pieces. So the moment I saw it, I'm sold. If it's carbon fiber on it, I want it. Dude, I love carbon fiber.
And this is handcrafted carbon fiber too. This is the best mount in the market that you can get for a 360 camera. Really? It utilizes vacuum mounts instead of suction cups, and also these extra mounts for no swing.
Just the fact that you mentioned that it's a vacuum mount system instead of a suction cup, that is huge. Because if anybody remembers the old stupid GPSs from the day that stuck on the windshield that were vacuum, or not vacuum, they were just suction cups. They sucked. So this is cool, and actually they use suction cup technology to put glass on skyscrapers and stuff.
They do.
Oh yeah. So this is
it's very perfect. Very sturdy stuff, and we're about to see right now on a very special car. Go ahead and pause the video right now. Comment down below which car you think these wheels belong to. Check out the 2022 Superstock. Oh my God. Honestly, the stock Supercharger on the Dodge Hellcat are really unmatched, to be honest. All right, enough talk about the car. We got 360 mount. Let's go for a ride. £4,000 moving like a, I don't know, moving like a space rocket. Wow.
So you feel how it's riding right now? Put it in track mode.
Oh yeah.
You feel the suspension change?
And the transmission got a little bit more.
So now it's aggressive, but now it's in full track mode. You can go to 500 horsepower. You can do street track. You can do all these different options, but here is what makes the Superstock so special. And the red eyes can do it as well. You got line lock from the factory. You got launch control. You got chiller. So
what is that? Is that cools the car down when using the AC?
Yeah. So anybody who knows anything about the demons and the red eyes, when they do hot passes at the drag strip, their third pass will be the fastest pass that they're going to run, because the chiller system has been running and all the Freon has got the intercooler temperatures down really low, and it makes a huge difference.
Oh, I bet.
And then you got shift light. You can set that up to where, you know, this whole screen turns a certain color when you need to shift gears. Me, I just put it in automatic and let it eat. I don't, because I can't, you can shift it pretty quickly, but I'd like to put it in automatic. And then you got race cool down. You can select, so you can go do a hit on the track, put it in race cool down, and put it for so many seconds or whatnot, and the car will sit there, the intercooler pump will keep running, it'll cool the car down.
That's pretty dope, man. And the paddle shifters, is it pretty snappy? Like, is it on point? Does it have any limiter or anything like that?
As fast as you can hit it, it'll shift gears. As fast as you can shit, it'll change gears. There's no delay.
I'm so happy right now.
And this hits different than what you're used to.
Wow, I like that version a lot better. Yeah, that is way more aggressive, like a snappier. I love it.
I've had twin turbo Cobras. I've had a Cobra that was making, you know, 1100 horsepower, and it was a lot of fun. And even the Sonic Blue that I've had, that you've had on the channel before, I think, it was making 760 on 14 pounds of boost, and it was a lot of fun. But dude, there's something different about a supercharger, that instant power that you get.
Oh yeah.
And then that whine, you can't get over the whine, dude.
I'm 100% a supercharger guy. Number one, because I've mentioned this before, I actually have a hearing loss, so I can't hear high-pitched noises like the turbos. So I actually enjoy the whine of the supercharger. I can hear it, and more so the performance, that instant power, that low-end torque. You can't go wrong with a supercharger. Wow. Woo. Oh my God, look at this color in the sun. The wheels, that exhaust sounds amazing. 315s all around in all four corners. That aggressive, beautiful hood, the splitter. I don't know guys, I'm becoming a fan. I'm becoming a fan. Alright guys, now that we had our fun with this car, let's step inside and check out what we've all been waiting for. My 1500 horsepower, fully built Cobra block. Alright guys, here it is in all its glory. 1000+ horsepower. I stand corrected, it's not 1500 horsepower. Let's just say 1000+ horsepower. And we're gonna allow our boy Roy to step in and talk about a little bit more of the technical parts of this motor.
Yeah, so originally on Solo's car, what we were gonna do was, I was actually gonna build a motor in the background for his car, and then he was going to come down on a weekend and I was going to swap everything over. Well, turns out I actually had my Sonic Blue repainted, and I tore it apart so much that now it's going to take a while to put it back together. This is the motor I had built for that car, and Solo offered to buy this motor because I said I wasn't going to be using it for a while, and I acknowledged, you know, there's no sense in letting a motor just sit. I'm not going to need it for a while. The only thing I'm taking off this motor is I'm taking my heads with me, because these are fully CNC ported 9-thread heads with valve angle jobs and bigger valves, and Solo doesn't want to have to pay for that because they were very expensive. Yeah. He will get the short block fully assembled, ready to go. It is a cast iron block out of the 0304 Cobra. It has Oliver billet rods and JE custom pistons. It is a 9:7 compression ratio. Everything internally on the motor is ARP. So ARP head studs, ARP main studs, all king bearings. He should be ready to go to make some real power with this motor, because it was built to withstand a lot of power and a lot of boost. Originally, when we talked about doing the build, we thought about going the aluminum block route, and Solo just opted to not go the aluminum block route and stay with the iron block for many various reasons. But ultimately, that's the direction that we're going to go with this build, as he wants to stick with a factory block, put a blower on it, beat the heck out of it, have some fun. And I told him that this is going to be the best way that he can do that. The valve, or the pistons that are in the motor, have valve reliefs. So if Solo decides to ever go down the road one day and he goes, you know, I want to throw some pretty big cans in this car, he had that option because they've got massive valve reliefs cut into them. So I'm not gonna divulge too much on anymore on the build, but we're gonna put a little surprise in the build for you guys. We're not gonna divulge on it, but you guys are gonna want to stick around for the build because we're gonna do something special for Solo.
Oh yeah, so make sure to put those post notifications on because I'm extremely excited for the build. I am I'm tired of babying that car. I like to beat on the cars a little bit, drive them how they were made to be driven, and it's been quite some time. So like Roy explained, the valve covers are coming off. The actual timing chain cover will be powder coated black to match the block. As you can see, it has already been painted, and it's also going to match the blower. So what do y'all guys think? Should I spend the extra money on getting an extra hub, or should I just keep it factory?
I think you should spend the money on the hub, and I'll tell you. Of
course you would. Of course you would.
I'll tell you why. Number one, the factory harmonic balancers, as they age, they've got rubber inside here, and they do deteriorate. And I have a customer that his actually broke loose, and this whole piece was spinning. Oh, he's lucky that it didn't ruin anything. Right. So, this is an Innovators West. I'm not sponsored by them. You could send me one. I'll gladly put it on my car. Innovators West balancer. It takes direct replacement of the stock 0304 balancer. But what sets this balancer apart from everyone else's is the ring that goes on the hub bolts directly to their hub. What I mean by that is this is a Metco hub. When you get rid of your cage lower and you want to put a 4 pound or a 2 pound or a 6 pound or what have you not, you have to buy Innovators West kit. And what their kit does is you take the factory one and you stick it in here, and then you put the bolts in it, and then your ring bolts to this. It's still a good setup, but you're still dealing with a 20-plus-year-old balancer, right. And everyone knows rubber does degrade, whereas the harmonic balancer from Innovators West is SFI approved for drag racing, and it's probably hands down one of the best ones on the market. They're about, man, when I priced them out years ago, they were like $600. They're probably a little bit more now. They're worth every penny because all you need is the ring, and the ring bolts directly to this. This is what I'm talking about. This is a bad balancer. See all the rubber that's degraded? You put this on a car and you spin it really high with high application of boost, it's gonna destroy it. So look at the back of it, it's already coming apart. This is just one that I simply use to stick on cars, on motors like Solos right here, because I took my balancer off. I just stick it on here and stick it on so that nothing can get inside of the...
Right. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a well worth mod, so looks like I'll be spending about $700 to $1,000 very soon. The only thing that's leaving are these heads. We're actually getting the heads rebuilt currently, and they should be here within a day or two, right?
Correct. So I've got a machine shop that does all my work like that. I had a set of low mile 4-thread heads. We had them go through and check them out and make sure they're all good to go and completely rebuild them and do valve jobs on them, and the heads will be brand new when we get them back. We should be getting those back either today or tomorrow. There we go. So yeah, right now it's go time, guys. We're just getting everything put together, really just getting all of our parts lists ready. That way next time we come, I'm gonna load the car up, bring the car to Houston, and then basically we're just gonna get to work. I know a lot of guys want to get technical on the channel. I try to stay away from that because I am no means in any form or fashion a mechanic, and I'm still learning. So these videos are going to be in depth from all the knowledge that we know, and we're going to break the entire build down for y'all guys' entertainment. So make sure to put those post notifications on because, oh yeah, it's go time. Alright guys, so we gotta get down to business, which involves a lot of this. That has to be off camera, so we'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, time to head back to San Antonio. I had plenty of fun with the Superstock today. Maybe next time we'll put the SVT Cobra up against the Superstock. Oh
what
yeah,
do you think?
That's real fun.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Roy, for everything. We'll talk to you soon, and yeah, stay tuned, guys. And we are back in San Antonio. All this talk about cars, time to pull this thing out. Alright, so I don't really necessarily know what's going on with this car meet, but let's go ahead and jump over here where the Mustangs are at. Speak of the devil, because we were just at Hennessey earlier this morning And check that out. We have a Hennessey GT500 with the carbon fiber wheels. Better angle right here. Those are beautiful. And it is a Phenom 1000. Check this out. It's a really nice color too. I mean, this is spec'd out. It is the highest trim level in the GT500. Obviously, it's a track package with the wing. It even has a carbon fiber louver vent there. That is dope. And we have a beautiful silver Terminator Cobra. This thing looks really good. I've never seen these wheels on a Terminator before. I like it. Okay, I really don't need to say much. Look at these wheels. Look at these tires. A true dragster right here. Crazy side exit exhaust system, and look at that blower. Check this out. We have a cluster of SRT4s, very nicely built. And check out this motor. Look how clean it is. And right next to it, we have a carbon fiber Eclipse with this massive turbo. This thing is absolutely sick. The custom headlight. Wow, this is you know, you really don't see these cars very often, and to be fully carbon fiber from the door on up, yeah, that's pretty dope, man. What an absolute beautiful truck. The Datsun 1600, and I believe that's the SR20 DET motor. Actually, there's no turbo, so yeah, maybe it's some sort of SR motor, I don't know. But nonetheless, it's beautiful. I mean, how well done is this truck? The yellow headlights, the fender flares, and these beautiful wheels. The interior is on point. I mean, manual stick shift. What else could you ask for? GTRs. Finally, a GTR with something different on it. I'm loving the spoiler. I like that they have the carbon fiber trunk, and they also kept the spoiler, the wing, the color of the car. I like that a lot. And I love the blue on this GTR as well. Oh, you see that sticker on there, probably doesn't play. So we have a Nissan 300ZX with an SR20 motor in there, which is, you know, that's not very common. So I wonder how the SR performs in a car platform like that. I bet it still hauls pretty good. And this is something that you don't see every day. An S2000 with an LS swap. That is crazy. Nice selection of Beamers here. I don't want to get in this guy's way, he's doing work, but check that out. And that one in the end is super sick. Look how low and long this thing is. Classic BMW interior. Nice. And a classic Trailblazer SS. You don't really see these too often. These are actually appreciating in value, so if you're into these trucks, get one while you can. All right, guys, it's a little too hot. I've been up since 4 in the morning. Time to call it a wrap. Let's head on out. All right, so hopefully y'all guys have an idea of what we have planned. Now, I will say we are not on a set time frame here. Roy and I are working in between both of our schedules. He's out in Houston, I'm out in San Antonio, so we have to kind of work in between those things. He has several businesses that he runs, and I also work a lot, and yeah, that's it, work a lot. So, you know, I've run into so many obstacles with this car along the way, so I'm not really in a rush to get this thing done like on a set date. I would like to have it done by January of next year so we can work on other things, so by the time the weather warms up, we can really take this car out to the Texas Mile or do something crazy with it. So just have a little patience. I know everyone wants to see this car done. So do I. I want to see it done. I'm ready to, you know, have this car 100%. But once it is 100%, the content is gonna get crazy, and we're just gonna continue building on this car. Once the engine is done, that's not where this project ends. I wanna, again, create something that is a true one-of-one, never done before kind of custom Cobra. But with that being said, I do have some parts on the way, parts that I bought, parts that companies have sent me, so if you don't wanna miss any of that stuff, make sure to put your post notifications on. That'll really help a lot. But yeah, and a quick update on this car. I broke it. But anyways, guys, that's gonna end today's video. If you enjoyed it, you know exactly what to do. And remember, be motivated, stay driven.